afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to What the Why with Barbara Ann. If you haven't seen us before, our show features conversations with diverse leaders from all walks of life about why they do what they do and how they figured things out. Maybe you're sick and tired of feeling sick and tired, or you feel stuck and you want to get unstuck in your business, job, or life. All of our guests have something in common with you. At some point in their lives, they felt similarly, and today is no exception. Actually, today is quite the exception. Last episode, we had Cynthia Adinig, who is an amazing national and actually international advocate for the long COVID community, and she created the BIPOC Equity Agency. And today, joining with her is going to be the youngest leader that I've ever interviewed, and his name is Aiden Adinig, and he is the pediatric director of the BIPOC Equity Agency. Aiden is an 8-year-old, but when I tell you he is not like any other 8-year-old that I've ever met in person, it is an understatement. Aiden is in a group that we would consider a prodigy. He's gifted in math. He is a chess player, a chess whiz, international competitor. He's a reader, an artist, and more. He started reading and writing at the age of 2, solving algebra and geometry problems at the age of 3, and he was admitted to Mensa at the age of 5. He's been homeschooled since kindergarten, and he loves chess, video games, piano, and dance. He is a viral math sensation, and you're going to see a clip of him that was featured on 60 Second Docs. He's also been on MSN, WUSA 9, and more. And despite facing long COVID at the age of 4, he's determined to become the youngest chess grandmaster. In a quest to learn more about his illness, he's begun to teach himself immunology. Yes. And he just turned 8 only 12 days ago. So suffice to say, I am super excited that Aiden is joining us along with his mother Cynthia as the youngest ever guest leader on What the Why. So welcome to our show. Let's round of applause for Aiden. So, yay, welcome. So I'm super excited that you're here today, Aiden, and I loved our conversation that we had on Saturday. And so you know that I explained that our first question that we ask every guest is, what do you want to be when you grow up? So Aiden, what do you want to be when you grow up?
So again, I would like to be a chess, the youngest chess grandmaster, of course. And also I like to be an astronaut too.
Oh, I love that. I love that you want to be an astronaut, which is a good thing that you're good at math too, and
yeah.
And you also have a lot of other things that you like to do and want to do as well.
Yeah.
So, can you tell us what it's like to be the pediatric director of your mom's organization that she just launched?
Feels really good. I actually really like it too. I actually really do like it.
Yeah. What do you like about it?
So I basically like that. It's basically like a part of like collaboration for long COVID. So I really like that.
Yeah. And how has long COVID affected you? Because a lot of people don't understand that young people can get long COVID as well.
Yeah, that's another thing. So it really affected me because I'm pretty sure I would have a lot more skill if I did not have skill in like a lot of other things that I do. If I did not have long COVID, but I do. So that's kind of like, what's that word? It's my cognitive impairment is really good today, so it's not. I can't really remember.
You usually say it's unfortunate.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Yeah. And that's just one of the many symptoms that those of us that have long COVID sometimes have to deal with.
Yeah.
So we understand. But your cognitive impairment is still at a higher level than some people who don't have cognitive impairments. I know on Saturday you were telling me some really interesting stuff about black holes. Remember our conversation about black holes?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and that black holes aren't what most people think they are.
Yeah.
So explain to our viewers what they should know about black holes that they don't already know.
So black holes, they don't look like they're spinning, but they actually are spinning, because black holes are caused when a really big star dies. So after the star dies, it like compresses itself such small enough so that the compression of the star gets so compressed that it just turns into itself. And that's what makes because the star, before it dies, it's still spinning. And after it dies, it's still spinning. So that's why the black holes spin. That's why black holes spin.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
And
then you started talking about the event horizon part of the black hole, because there's multiple parts to it, right?
Yeah, there is. So if it was like a really small black hole, like the size of like a car or something, the black hole would be, even though it's still just a really small compared to universal size, it's still, even though it's still not, it's just gonna, if you get anywhere near close to it from 500 to 1,000 feet probably, it would automatically just spaghettificate you, and it will just kill you basically instantly.
But if it wasn't for, I think you explained to me that if it wasn't for the event horizon, actually going into the black hole wouldn't be so dangerous.
So that's a really good question. That is a really good question. So there's something that's called the singularity, which is basically like the heart of the black hole. The singularity is basically where all the matter is stored in the black hole, because the matter is still compressed to such a size until the Planck length, which is about something, it's like 0.00264 yoctometers.
Wow.
That's about the size of Planck length. So the matter is still in the singularity. So the singularity still just keeps the matter there.
Wow.
Because it's not, the matter is still just stored there.
Wow. Yeah.
So,
And I did not know that until you explained that to me. I learned a lot from you during our conversation on Saturday. Yeah. So,
Yeah, same with mommy.
Yeah, she said that too. And your mommy's super
there was
smart.
Like a quasi moon or a second moon that they were debating about.
There was a second moon. It was, but it kind of, actually there kind of is a second moon.
Okay.
Because there's, I forgot its name, but it orbits in kind of like a,
Is
what
it
is,
ellipse?
not an ellipse. It's kind of shaped like an oval.
Yeah.
Okay.
But not a circle, just an oval. So there was a second moon, but it kind of got downgraded to not being a moon. It's called I forgot what it was called. I keep forgetting
the name of it. But it's called a quasi-moon, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Which, again, never heard of. Didn't know we entertained other moons as a concept around the Earth until he tells me one day about it, and I look it up. I'm like, oh, wow. Oh.
I'm today old as I'm learning about this quasi. I had no idea. So I know, Aiden, you mentioned that you're struggling because long COVID does affect us cognitively sometimes.
Yeah, it kind of does.
And how else does long COVID affect you? What are some of the other things that you have to deal with now that you have long COVID?
It seems, I don't know why, but the sound is like...
I was just saying, how else does long COVID affect you in other ways? Like, through your day, like, energy and playing and stuff?
Oh yeah, so it does kind of affect my energy. So even though, again, dizziness is not really part of the thing right now, so of the conversation right now, so I've learned a lot from you. So.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Do you want to tell them about like dysautonomia or some of the things you're diagnosed, or some of the things that we're experiencing, like the symptoms or the names of some of the things?
Yeah, I can't really master that. I can't. It's really hard to say the names.
I mean, you can say the ones that you know.
I know POTS, postural. What's the O? I keep forgetting the O.
Orthostatic.
Or postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. There's also MCS, which is multiple chemical sensitivity, which I kind of do and don't have at the same time, kind of. So I have MCAS, which is what is it? Mast cell activation syndrome.
Very good.
Wow.
MECFS is it's really hard because it's five.
It's five. Yeah, myalgic encephalomyelitis chronic fatigue syndrome.
Yeah.
That's what
The only thing
tired.
I remember is the chronic fatigue syndrome. That's the only part I remember.
Yeah.
And that affects you a lot because that's what makes you tired when you play.
Yeah.
You want to talk about anything else, like your heart rate or other things?
Yeah, my heart rate. Okay, so my heart rate. Okay, so again, for people who have POTS. Okay, so people who have POTS, that means that if their heart rate is like really elevated than the normal range, they mostly do have POTS. And I have hyperPOTS. HyperPOTS is basically POTS but really elevated, because POTS is when you lay down, when you get back up, that's when your heart rate gets up.
Yeah.
But hyperPOTS is just when you do like this, it goes up.
So just raising your hand can make your heart rate skyrocket. It takes a brave young man to be able to manage something
I can
like
barely
that.
hear.
Yeah. So
She says you're very brave.
Yeah, I'm very brave.
So believe it or not, it's actually time for us to do our commercial break. So we have to do a halfway commercial break. So we're going to take a little break for our sponsors, and then we're going to come back and talk and tell our viewers more about Aiden and all of the amazing things that you're doing. And we're also going to actually play some videos of you that have gone viral.
Videos.
So audience, please return after the commercial break for more with What the Why with Barbara Ann and today's really important conversation with Aiden and Cynthia. Welcome back to What the Why with Barbara Ann and today's really unique, important conversation with our youngest leader ever, Aiden Adinig, and his mother, Cynthia, joining us again from last week's episode. And, Aiden is really the spokesperson, and he handles the pediatric aspect of the new BIPOC Equity Agency as someone who's dealing with long COVID himself. But there's so much more to Aiden than just that, and I believe we have some videos of Aiden that we're getting ready to roll. One that's gone viral in terms of his math prowess, and another as well. So production, if you are ready, feel free to roll that.
Hi, I'm Cynthia.
Hi, my name's Aiden. I'm 3.
Oh, hi Aiden. Are we going to do pi today?
Yeah.
Okay. So, tell me pi to the 30th decimal point.
35, 40, 49, 65, 35, 89, 79, 32, 46, 26, 40, 39.
Wow. Mommy. Hi, I'm
Welcome
Cynthia.
back. You got to see just a little glimpse of some of Aiden's God-given brilliance that he has. And I believe we have one other video that we're going to show you. So production, if you're ready to air.
Algebra is my favorite type of math. I'm so excited to solve a big hard math problem. I'm Aiden, I'm 5 years old, and I'm a math whiz. I've been doing math for 3 years since I was 2 years old. I started doing math poems because it was really fun. I solved my first... Wait. I'm going to tell you pi to the 30th decimal. 3.14159665358979. I think all kids my age should be doing math because it's easy. I wish other kids knew that math wasn't boring. I wish people also knew that I love to dance. I'm not sure if I'm an inspiration like other kids, but I'd like to be.
So, wow, Aiden, that's amazing. And those videos have been viewed by over 3 million people online. What do you think about that? So what does Aiden think about it?
What do you think about having your videos being viewed by millions of people, just like 1 or 2 videos of you doing math and stuff?
It feels amazing because I've barely ever done that on a show before.
Yeah.
I've actually barely ever done that, so it's really cool.
Yeah. And from what I understand, you have a group of friends that...
Yes, I do have a group of friends.
And they are similar to you. You all have these amazing dreams and ideas. What are some of the things that you and your friends talk about?
Okay, so I have a friend named Dylan, and I do a lot of stuff with him, including like NFTs, coding, and a lot more. So I think Dylan is like 11 or 10, I think. Yeah. So So there's one time when I was back in the other house before we went here. I was talking to him. We were literally working on what we're gonna do for like NFTs and like coding and a lot of other stuff that I can't really explain because of my cognitive impairment.
But you were talking about a business plan, right?
Yeah, business plan.
What was in your business plan? Remember?
I can't really remember that far.
Is it something special you wanted to do with the money and not just give it to yourself?
Yeah.
What was it?
Okay, sort of saving the money, basically.
Okay, yeah.
Saving the money and also investing the money. That's why I had that. So I also have a playbook too. What was that called? There was something about like income with money.
Oh, passive income book?
Yeah,
Yeah, because from what I understand, if I remember correctly, you were telling me about how you have a business plan that actually builds in supporting others, and so it's really kind of a social equity venture, which is really super cool. And,
it's really amazing.
Yeah. Now, I know when we also last talked, you were reviewing algebra, and you were starting to get into calculus. How's that going?
It's going good. We're not really practicing calculus yet because we're not doing homeschooling yet. But we are going to do it soon.
Well, you're on summer break.
Because of your long COVID.
Oh yeah, because of my long COVID.
Yeah.
Because I can't really handle the homeschooling of that yet. So
that's okay.
Once we get back on it, it'll probably be really light homeschooling. Light, I mean, very like reviewing and easy. Basically.
I'm sure you'll catch up. I mean, I know that there's a book. You took a book recently. Your mom was working on a book with you, and you took it and you read it twice. Do you remember what that book was right now?
It was an immune book. What you got it from? It was a gift from.
Yeah, it was a gift from Meta from Miami. She just had a baby, and Meta from Miami, she was one of the people that got consulted at Mount Sinai in the first wave about those with long COVID, because she has an autoimmune illness, and she was able to figure out some things and help patients and create an organization to help patients too. We've remained friends after being on the panel for a while, and I am also working with her team at Miami to do research involving long COVID and autoimmune, and so she's become more of a family friend that also experiences this and gifted me the book when I said, hey, I want to learn more about immunology to be a better advocate and try to create some therapies. And so I was supposed to be reading it together with him as a homeschooling project, and he really enjoyed it after a couple pages, and I haven't seen the book since.
Yeah, you took the book and I think you said it was 300 pages, and I think you said you already read it twice?
Yeah, I did read it twice because when I was about to go to sleep, I really wanted to read the book. So I read it. Then about a week or two later, I tried to read it. I read the whole thing again.
Wow.
I really liked it.
Wow.
Mostly because of the graphics and how they explained it.
Okay.
You want to talk about what's in there, like what cells that what you learned about, some cell stuff?
Yeah. So I've learned a lot more. I've learned that there are a lot more cells than I thought there were.
Really?
I thought there were only like 10 types of cells, even though there's way more than that.
There's way more than 10 types of
yeah.
cells? Okay. So how many, if you can remember right now, because I know the COVID is affecting you, but what can you remember right now about the cells?
Okay, so again, T cells, which is mainly a part of long COVID. Mm-hmm. So I know that there's only supposed to be about half or a bit less or more. It varies. So there's only supposed to be about like half of killer T cells.
Okay.
But with us, we have more T cells than are in the normal range. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of why mommy and me have multiple chemical sensitivity.
Oh.
And that's electrical sensitivity.
Yeah, it's really great that you understand that. So I've asked you all kinds of science questions. Let's talk about chess. You're really good at chess. Tell me about your chess.
Okay. So I have a chess class every Thursday.
Okay.
And at 11 in the morning. So I just learned the forcing moves, which are checks, captures, and threats.
Okay.
I also learned how to scan, which is basically identifying the problems with the opponent and also you.
And when did you start playing chess? How old were you?
3.
3.
Oh, I'm almost 2, but 3.
Okay.
I just became 3, so.
Okay. And I know before COVID, I think you even had your own brand. Like you had a whole chess outfit with shoes and a shirt.
Yeah.
And I believe you helped design it. Did I understand that correctly?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
So there is some chest shoes and suit, and I think it was like a jacket or hoodie or something.
Yeah, it's your hoodie.
Yeah, it's my hoodie. So yeah, I helped make the thing. It's like chess pieces and like a red and black what do you call it? Decor.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right.
I helped make that.
I love it. And I know there's other things you mentioned that you'd like to do, but long COVID makes it hard. What advice would you give to other young people like you who are dealing with long COVID?
What advice would you give to other kids with long COVID? Is that what you asked?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm looking forward to making because you know how a lot of bottle caps of stuff.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Let's talk about that.
So it's really hard to open bottle caps because of EDS.
Mm-hmm.
So
Do you remember what EDS is?
EDS it's really hard. Ehlers Danlos syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Go ahead. Tell her your idea.
So it's really hard. So with EDS, it's really hard to open bottle caps because at a certain point when you try to open it, it like somehow your body just kind of gets weak for for like a minute. And I want to make that easier by making an actual bottle lid opener for kids and children.
I love that.
With like their like favorite characters of like, say Mickey Mouse or something.
Sounds to me like part of your goal is to help other young people have a better life.
Yeah, yes.
That's a really awesome goal, Aiden. And believe it or not, we're all out of time. We ran up the whole half hour. So thank you so much for coming on and correcting me on some of the things I did not realize about black holes and quantum singularities and some other stuff. I'll have to do some more research on that. So thank you. How can people, I know Cynthia, you mentioned it in the last episode, but obviously they can search, I think, 5-year-old math wizard online if they wanted to see viral videos.
Yeah, they'll see a lot of like.
Yeah, and
because the first thing will probably pop up is like a Wikipedia thing, because you put me on the Wikipedia.
Oh yeah, I do have you on my Wikipedia. And usually, I think with the search is 3-year-old is when he got a lot of the international news involved. His 3-year-old math prodigy, but he has a YouTube channel, an Instagram, a Facebook page that he creates content for.
Love it.
Under Blasian Aiden, you can find him there. You'll see a lot of things. He likes to also teach math
and chess
on some of those pages, so the other kids can learn easy and on a wide range of stuff. So yeah, just look for Blasian Aiden.
Remember when we were trying to do that?
We were streaming?
Yeah.
Yes.
We couldn't do it because of the air quality.
Yeah, the air quality. Yeah, we were just about to start making more content. The new things he had learned. When the air quality made both of us sick and reflared his pots, so we have to wait a little bit more.
I'm sorry that happened.
Health comes first.
I'm sorry that happened to you, but I cannot wait to go check out the content, and I'm sure my viewers can't wait to do the same. So thank you so much for being here today. And now we're going to actually wrap up our show, and this is actually going to be the last episode we taped for the summer. More news to come. The station's going to be going through some changes, and my August calendar is going to be shuffled. And so the good news is that we have all kinds of episodes out there from seasons 1 and seasons 2, including the season 1 episode that we did with Cynthia, that I encourage you, if you have not checked out what all of the amazing guests on this show have had to say, please go and check it out. Because the things that they've had to say are really incredible, not to miss watching. As I've mentioned, you have so many viewing choices these days, so thank you very much for watching our show, and please tell a friend or colleague about us. As a reminder, at least for the foreseeable future, What the Why airs on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and Mondays at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And even though we won't have new episodes, I believe as the station goes through some changes that will continue to air. But at the time of this taping, I don't have all the answers. So again, if you can't find us, please go look on the on-demand page for What the Why on RVN Television, as well as on Roku. And remember, whether you're looking to make changes in your life, no matter how big or small, please join us again for more inspirational, illuminating, and educational conversations with guests such as Aiden and Cynthia, who took on whatever challenges were in their path to find their purpose and live it.